Hey guys, coming into week 13, only 2 weeks left of the regular season before it is playoff time. Exciting news. We finally have some people that have clinched the playoffs. We'll actually start off with the bottom top scores. The bottom score of the week with 107 is Jeff. Kind of new to this, probably just a weird week for his team. Should bounce back these next 2 weeks. Hopefully they do if he wants to make the playoffs. And we have Dave, who is peaking at the right time. His team was a top scoring team with 185. And speaking of Dave's team, he is one of 3 teams that have clinched a spot in the playoffs. We have Max, Tyler, and David who have clinched spots. David and Tyler are in the same division, and they actually play each other this week. All 3 of these teams are 8-4. And have locked in a spot. Max has almost clinched his division. If he can get a win in either of the next 2 weeks, he'll have clinched his division. Or if Jeff loses in any of these next 2 weeks, Max will clinch as well. As for Tyler and David, they play each other this week in our matchup of the week. Whoever wins that matchup will have a pretty good stronghold in clinching the division. So we'll see what happens there. As for the projected playoff bracket, we have Max and David with the bye, and then it is Jeff versus Ryan, and me versus Tyler. It's been this projected playoff bracket for a while now, but definitely going to be some stuff that shakes up, I think, in the next 2 weeks. As I mentioned, our game of the week is David versus Tyler, obviously. We'll move on to some of the other matchups. I play Ryan Miller not in 1, but 2 fantasy leagues this week. In the other league that we're in, he does not have a chance against my all-star squad, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt in this league, and that he'll probably beat me because my team cannot get a win. As for Jeff versus Max, Jeff's had some injuries to his squad. He picked up a bunch of guys off waivers, but I don't think that'll be enough. Max has got a pretty good squad, so I think Max gets the win and clinches the division this week. Then we have Mark versus Matt. Mark's team has actually been putting up pretty good numbers. Had a good upset against Jeff a couple weeks ago, and I think his team's a lot better than 4-8. I think that Mark gets the win over Matt and all of a sudden gets back into the playoff conversation. If Mark is to lose, he is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so unfortunate news there. And then you have Jess versus Josh. I'm going to go with Jesse in this one. I think this will be the closest matchup of the week. Both teams are 5-7, so whoever wins this matchup puts themselves in a really good position to make the playoffs. I think it's going to be Jesse just barely in this one. Then we've got David versus Tyler. I've picked against Tyler way too many weeks. I can't pick against him this week. I think that Tom Brady on his squad is going to be playing with a little bit of a chip with having so many injuries. I think that he's going to light it up. And I don't know, Tyler has now like 1.5 running backs, we'll call it. So with adding Allen on the Ravens, I think that he's got a little bit of a running game, and then he's got really good receivers. So look for Tyler to get the win. He won't have clinched the division, but he'll definitely have himself in a good spot because whoever wins the David versus Tyler matchup, if they're to win the next week, then they obviously clinch. So got Tyler in that one barely. Good luck, guys. After this week, we'll have a pretty clear picture of what the playoffs are going to be, and I'll put together a bunch of projections as to different scenarios as to if something happens, then this would be the result. And so 2 more weeks. You can obviously still make trades. Good luck tonight. We've got Packers versus Lions. My 2 breakthrough guys, are we're going to go with Aaron Rodgers for the Packers, and for the Lions, we're going to go with Calvin Johnson. The 2 guys that are going to have downer games is Starks for the Packers and Golden Tate for the Lions. So plan your rosters accordingly based on those projections. See you guys.